You got to train if you're going to get, I think just in general, if you're going to succeed, you have to, if your brain is not where it needs to be, you're not going to get off the ground because you're constantly going to just be like, no, people are going to be like, no, sorry, can't do it. And you have to be able to not let that just be like this albatross around your neck and just take you into this fucking depression. I mean, you know.
What year did that change for you though? Because you were there for a long time. You were angry, right?
Oh yeah, I was, but I always had this weird sort of overall positive outlook, which is why when big shit happens, I don't flip. I flip out over little stuff. Like when they made the tops of these water bottles smaller, the caps. I didn't understand why, and it became frustrating to open. I would lift up, what the fuck are they doing, these cheap fucks? Then I found out it was like this environmental thing. Then I'm like, but you still got the whole other bottle, the whole thing's bullshit. Like, that shit gets me going for whatever and drives my wife nuts. But like, I there was somewhere in like my 30s when, when just the fallout of my anger just had reached this thing, and I was just kind of like going like, all right, I'm hitting 35. Most people live to be about 70. I'm kind of halfway through this on a good run. Am I really going to be the angry guy? Am I going to be angry the whole, And a lot of that, and I started coming out here more, and East Coast people, you're going to lose your edge. You're going to lose your edge. And it's like, dude, I got plenty of that. I got plenty of that. I need to stick the toes in the sand here, decompress. So, it just became that. And then I fortunately was not a clinically depressed person. I just was susceptible to negative thought because there was a lot of that around me when I was growing up. So I was able to get myself out of it. So now I just sort of have like, I can kind of catch it when it's happening. Where I just go like, okay, all right, you want to just think that for the rest of the fucking day, or you want to go to the gym? Go down and try something new, cook something, like something that's going to get me in a good mood as opposed to, but I definitely had those years of laying on the futon, not writing jokes for fucking a month and just being like, oh, what am I doing? This sucks. Why'd that person get a break and I didn't? I went through that shit, but I mean, fortunately that was something that was only like, it was a short period in my
remember
career,
you told me something
but people still think I'm angry because they watch my act. But
I remember you told me something. You said, look, man, you're going to probably make it and get somewhere, and you're going to have a fucking, you're really going to want to tell all those people that said no to you to fuck off. And he's like, don't do that. Just go with it. They said no at that time.
Because hopefully you won't care.
Yeah.
But there's the thing of this business is hard enough as it is. You don't need to be walking around. We go, let me tell you something, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Fucking back in 1990. Because they don't even remember.
You closed the door on me.
And for all you know, they had some crisis going on in their home life that caused them to be short. Or how about you weren't good enough?
Right.
At that point, you were starting out. So it's like, I always tell guys that, like, because there was a guy that fucked me out of money early on in my career, and then he made some comment about my act, and it really, and I was brand new, so I was like, just totally wide open. I had no, deflector shield, so it went right to the soul. And I just remember, I used to lay in bed at night thinking about it. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and he's going to walk up to say hello, and I'm going to be like, listen, motherfucker, fucking all this thing. It was like the F word. And I remembered I ended up getting something. I got a small acting part or whatever, and I was at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
And I ended up running into the guy. I hadn't seen him in years. And the guy walked by. He goes, hey, man, I heard about that. He's like, congratulations. And I wasn't even thinking. And I just, oh, hey, yeah, thanks a lot, blah, blah. And then he walked out. I remember after he walked out looking like, oh, that was the moment. That was the moment where I was sitting and I was sat there. I was like, you know what? I didn't give a shit. I don't care. The guy has no effect on my fucking life. He had an effect on my life. He made one comment, and I allowed that to snowball. So like even now when people do shit to me that like really like pisses me off or whatever, like I try to manage it down to like, Bill, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? You're selling tickets. You're getting away with murder.
Yeah.
You're a working comedian. I mean, it's I'm stealing money. So there's only so upset I can get about shit like that.